So I'm making this quick video right now. I'm actually on the way home. Got off work. Me and my friend, by the way, this guy don't have kids. And me and him was talking. And basically I was explaining to him, for all the people that know me, I was raised by my grandma. When it came down to it, my father actually was in the military. So, he left some money for us through the military, like the beneficiary, gets his, I guess, Social Security as it would be, or his pension or whatever from the time he put in. And she was able to use that to help raise us, all the years, while we stayed with her up until we got to be, 18 and did what we want to do, or adults for that matter. And I actually didn't go to the military, so my thing was, looking at an alternative way that when I have kids to, see what's going to be my options on, passing it forward, just like my dad did with me. And me and my friend was talking about this, and let's be clear, I know dudes that don't take care of their kids. I know dudes that don't pay child support. But do those dudes hang around me? Do I holler at those dudes and talk to those dudes? If I show you my phone list, you'll see how many people I call and I know on my list on a daily that actually does stuff for their kids. I got a cousin, he wasn't on child support for the most part, but he did his part. He didn't give tons of money to his baby mama, but the kids didn't want. She had, her situation to take care of, so it ain't like she needed money to, pay the bills. She had another person in her life. So all she needed was help with the kids, clothes, school supplies, Christmas stuff like that. So they worked it out that way, To be honest, man, a lot of women get sore and they look at it as the money is theirs. Now understand, if you have kids and you're taking care of the kids, you putting all your money, your time and effort into the kids, and you're not getting nothing from the baby daddy, when you get child support, that is your money. Let's be clear about that. That's your money. You do what you want to do with that money. But if you have a baby daddy that pays child support and he does it on time, that's for the child. You might pinch a little money here and there to do little stuff, but ultimately that child shouldn't want for a pair of shoes. That child shouldn't want for food. Your lights get cut off in the house because you got your hair done. None of that stuff. So let's be clear about that. But pretty much for the video that I'm making, because me and him was talking, is the whole thing that, a lot of men don't have nothing to leave for their kids. No legacy. Basically, the only thing I can look at it as Talladega Nights. Dude dad was a drunk, drug addict, all that. The only good thing he ever told his son was, if you ain't first, you last. Now that's a movie. Now the only thing that you can leave your kids is encouraging words. You shouldn't have kids. I mean, let's be honest. I don't deal with a lot of bomb dudes. I don't hang with them. We socialize and talk, but other than that, I'm not kicking it with you, dog. Because with you not take care of your kids, it shows me what type of person you is, what type of friend you is, how loyal you are, when it comes down to it. So I don't deal with those type of people, be honest, and so basically, I got life insurance for me, and that's going to be something that passes down to my kids, and it's good enough. I guarantee they can put down on the house about how much money I got left for them. Not only that, I got money for my wife. So if something happens, she's taken care of. So that's how I plan my stuff accordingly that way. And with this guy, he don't have kids. But, he also took the initiative to get life insurance. But not only with just life insurance, me and him talked as well. Hell, guns, cars, different assets that you can leave for your kids. Stuff like that, man. A lot of people, you accumulate junk. Basically, that's what it is over the years. So, at least, leave a legacy to where you can leave your kids something. You might leave your child your old 69 Chevy Impala. To them, that car is worthless. You don't like it, but doing the research, they'll see that car is worth some money to the right person. Same thing with guns. Certain guns are useless. They just made for shooting and killing. But that certain Smith & Wesson or 1911, Dillinger, some type of gun from back in the day, it's worth some money. So let's be clear. When it comes down to it with certain things, man, even with gold, the way gold is, you might have a family member that, partakes in gold a lot, have a lot of gold rings, gold earrings. Now, if it's real, it's worth money, So, my advice to most of the men, as far as I'm talking from a male perspective because I'm a man, try to, leave something for your kids, man. If you don't have kids, you got nieces and nephews. If you're the only child and your dad was the only child, mom was the only child, there's somebody in your family that can benefit off of your wealth and your success. If you feel like you don't want kids or you waited too late to have kids, man, it's somebody in your family that you can actually give them something. Not even in your family. It's a little boy in the neighborhood or, a person at church. Somewhere in life, there's somebody walking around that can benefit from your success. Let's say you're a single man. You're in your 50s. You ain't got kids. You ain't got no nieces and nephews. You might have a friend that, good little kid always, you see him come around, do a little decent. Hell, leave something to him. You ain't gotta leave nothing to your friend. Hell, leave something to that kid. It's generational, man. That's what I'm trying to push for people, man, to generational wealth. I seen a lady, and I always talk about her. If you want to look her up on YouTube, her name is Erica Williams. She talks a lot about finance and, business structure and everything. She actually discussed, if I get the story right, that it was about 10 grandkids paying, I think, about $1,000 a month for their grandma or something like that. Grandma, great grandma, whatever. And they all put in $100 a month for a policy for $1 million. So when the grandparent died, pretty much they reaped the benefits, all 10 of them, $100,000 a piece. If I think that's the story how it went, but basically they split the money. You get the gist. It was $1 million. Generational wealth, man, is being passed down. Those grandkids, if they were old enough or not old enough, they can take that $100,000, put it down on the house, buy them a car, straight cash, work towards saving that money to do other stuff, start up a business, put money towards a franchise. My whole thing is leaving something for your kids, man. A lot of kids don't ask to be born. A lot of kids are not playing. But the least we can do, man, is, put our kids first. I know all these guys always complaining about how they can't find a job, this and that. That's bullcrap. Because I always tell people, man, I drive box trucks. I haven't drive 18-wheelers yet, but that's my process of doing it. I could have been doing it, but once again, it's my process. And pretty much, I don't understand. I make real decent money driving. I have extra income coming from driving. Amongst the other things I do, but mainly driving. A lot of guys say they not hiring. I have yet to, even when I actually quit one of my jobs And actually, the company that I started with another friend, I actually, when that job was ended, when we ended the contract and everything we had with this particular company, I could have easily found me a job. You know what I did? I didn't work for probably 3-4 months. And, I was figuring out, do I want to go back to the workforce? Do I want to start my own thing? Or what do I want to do? My options were not limited. There were several jobs I could have took doing the same thing I just walked away from, and also doing the same thing I've been doing for years, which is moving furniture and driving. And the craziest part was, I got into driving just, mainly because I wanted to do something extra, just wanted to stop having people over me. Being in a warehouse, you're always around people. But when you're driving, you're on the road, nobody's around, boss call you, answer the phone. If you don't want to answer, don't answer. You just got to deal with that headache later. I don't have a boss over me all day, Long as I make my stops on time, and which I don't have a time limit at this job for my stops, I'm good. As long as I get all my stops done at the end of the day, I'm good. So that's why I always tell guys, and right now with me doing this, I'm an essential worker. So technically, I'm going to keep working for a minute. A lot of guys, you have these jobs and pretty much slowed down. You guys wasn't working. I was still getting up in the morning, working. I was still getting up in the morning, doing my jobs. Plural, that is. And I just don't see it, man. A lot of guys, man, you got to understand. Take care of your kids, man. Like I said, I got a partner. He don't even have kids, but his whole thing is he's a forward thinker, planning all this stuff, and he can't help but to be forward thinking, being around his friends that do have kids and do have their stuff together. So it's either he gonna get on board or he just gonna lack for the rest of his life. You can't be around influential people and you don't get your stuff together. When I see people doing good, that make me want to do even better as well. So, this video, man, just take it for what it is. And, like I said, man, get some life insurance. You got term life. You got whole life. You got universal life. Yeah, you can start a 401k, not with your job. You could do it with the banks now. So it's no excuse, man, to leave some type of money. I got a family member that doesn't have life insurance, and he has 5 kids. 4 more. Yep. And the thing is, he don't have life insurance. But what he do has a 401k. And so if he die, the money from his 401k is going to his kids and going to his death. Pretty much going to his funeral and whatever's left over to the wife and kids. So that's how he plans it. So, like I said, man, take care of your kids, man. That's all they need. Go on.